The first tremor began as a faint rumble beneath the metal floor of the wrecked corridor, and the lone human stepped over a heap of fallen cables as he scanned the flickering lights around him. His name was Aaron, and he had been ordered to stand guard at the edge of the neutral zone when the distress signal erupted across every channel. No ship had ever sent a coded plea like that one. Every faction recognized its signature. It belonged to the royal line of the Valari. Aaron was not a soldier trained for politics. He was not a diplomat. He was a simple scout raised on Earth who had joined the Outer Fleet because he wanted quiet skies and simple missions. He never expected to enter a burning ship belonging to one of the most respected alien dynasties across the star cluster. Yet here he was breathing in sparks from ruptured pipes and stepping through ruins left by attackers who had clearly planned their assault with precision. He found the sealed chamber at the end of the corridor. Its energy barrier flickered as it struggled to keep power. Inside the transparent shield, a young alien woman lay slumped against the corner. Her skin shimmered with faint luminescence, and her silver hair seemed almost fluid in the dim light. She opened her eyes when she heard steps approaching, and she tried to stand, though her motions were slow, as if gravity weighed harder on her than on him. Aaron tapped his wrist device and deactivated the fading barrier. He knelt beside her and checked her vitals without touching her skin directly. Her gaze followed his movements with curiosity. He introduced himself in a calm voice and told her that the attackers had fled. She tried to respond, but her voice cracked and she whispered only one word: thankful. He offered his arm and she accepted it carefully. She moved with the elegance of her people, but with the weakness of someone who had used every ounce of strength to survive. Aaron supported her as they moved back down the damaged corridor. The ship groaned as if it might collapse at any moment. The slightest misstep could bring the whole deck down. Aaron knew this. Still, he walked steadily with the princess leaning against him. When they reached the emergency exit, he guided her into his small scout shuttle. He secured her seat harness gently and activated the engines. The shuttle trembled as if uncertain whether it could lift off from the debris-filled bay, but Aaron coaxed it upward. Fire burst behind them as the doomed royal ship imploded from internal pressure. The princess watched the explosion with quiet sorrow. Aaron placed a hand on the console near her seat to reassure her, though he did not touch her directly. Her luminous eyes reflected the flames fading behind them. As they entered open space, Aaron asked if she was in pain. She shook her head, though her breathing showed signs of strain. He prepared the medical kit and offered to check her injuries. She allowed him to scan her, and the device indicated severe exhaustion but no fatal harm. Her voice recovered slightly, and she introduced herself. Her name was Lyra. She was heir to the Valari throne and had been traveling to a peace summit when unidentified raiders struck. Aaron listened without asking unnecessary questions. He told her he would ensure she reached safe territory. She studied him as if puzzled by his calm dedication. Most beings would have demanded a reward. Some would have tried to use her as leverage. Aaron did neither. He focused only on stabilizing the shuttle and guiding them through asteroid debris left by the attack. Hours passed in silence except for the soft hum of the engines. Lyra finally spoke again and asked Aaron why he had helped her. He answered simply that he could not ignore a distress call. He added that saving a life was worth more than any reward. She watched him quietly, as if measuring the sincerity of his words. Her expression revealed a mix of gratitude and amazement. The shuttle soon approached the Valari escort fleet. Numerous warships formed a protective ring around a glowing central cruiser. Communication channels erupted with demands for identification. Aaron transmitted the verification codes and explained the situation within moments. The largest cruiser opened its hangar and guided the shuttle inside when the doors sealed behind them. Armed guards rushed forward, but they halted when they saw the princess exit with Aaron's help. The commander stepped forward and bowed deeply before Lyra. She declared that Aaron was a rescuer, and that no harm must come to him. Aaron gave a polite nod, though he felt awkward under the attention. The commander invited him to the central chamber, where the Valari council waited. Aaron felt out of place walking through gleaming corridors, decorated with crystalline murals and shifting lights. The Valari possessed a sense of beauty woven into every structure. Even their hallways felt like artwork. The council chamber shimmered with translucent pillars and soft blue radiance. Elders wearing robes made of flowing fiber turned their glowing eyes toward Aaron. Lyra stood beside him and gave a formal account of the attack and her rescue. She described how he had carried her from the wreckage and risked his life without hesitation. The elders murmured among themselves. One of them asked Aaron what he wished as reward for saving their heir. Aaron replied that he wanted nothing. He said that ensuring her safety was enough. Elders fell silent. No one had ever refused a royal gift from the Valari family. Even the commander stared at him, as if he had spoken in a forgotten language. Lyra turned to him and asked softly if he truly desired nothing at all. Aaron confirmed. Yet he added that he preferred simple duties and quiet days. The council seemed more amazed by his modesty than by his bravery. After a long pause, the eldest member declared that any being who acted with such integrity must be honored in a way that aligned with his nature, rather than forced upon him. Aaron thought the discussion had ended. He assumed they would thank him and allow him to return home. Instead, he was escorted to a special chamber deep within the cruiser. Lyra walked beside him. With a thoughtful expression, she said the elders had decided on something uncommon. Aaron tried to protest, but she told him gently to wait until he heard it. The chamber doors opened and revealed a vast dome filled with floating lights in the center of the room. A crystal sphere hovered and emitted a warm golden glow. Lyra explained that this sphere was a Valari heritage relic known as the Heart of Concord. It was usually reserved for moments of historic significance. It could form a binding accord between civilizations, granting enduring friendship, trust, and mutual protection. Aaron stepped back, unsure if he should even be near such a sacred artifact. Lyra placed her hand near its light and told him the reward was not wealthland or status. It was something long-lasting and infinitely more valuable. The Valari had chosen to form an eternal alliance with Earth in recognition of Aaron's actions. Earth had always remained distant from interstellar politics. Now it would enter history as a valued partner to one of the most peaceful and respected societies. Aaron could hardly process the magnitude of the gift. He asked why his single action justified such an alliance. Lyra replied that a civilization is judged by the character of its people, and his choice had shown them what humanity valued. He had demonstrated compassion without expectation of benefit. Such proof was more meaningful than any treaty written in council chambers. The elders arrived, and the sphere brightened. They invited Aaron to stand in the center, while they activated the Heart of Concord. Light enveloped the room. Aaron felt a warm pulse flow through him, though it caused no discomfort. Lyra stood across from him, and the elders recited ancient words that bound the alliance. The sphere released a gentle wave that spread across the dome and then sank calmly into silence when the ceremony ended. Lyra approached him with a quiet smile. She said that he had given her more than rescue. He had given her people renewed hope in alliances, not built on fear or debt, but on trust. She also added that the alliance granted him a special role. He would be the liaison between Earth and the Valari, not a diplomat bound by politics, but a representative chosen for sincerity. Aaron tried to decline, but the elders insisted that he alone held the qualities they needed. He reluctantly agreed after realizing the role would not trap him in heavy ceremony, but allow him to travel live simply and communicate openly across worlds. He would still have freedom. Only now he had a purpose tied to something greater than himself. Days passed as Aaron adjusted to the cruiser's environment. Lyra visited him often. She recovered rapidly, thanks to advanced Valari Treatments. She enjoyed asking him questions about Earth. He told her about forests, oceans, and simple traditions he grew up with. She listened with fascination, as if each story was a new universe. Aaron learned more about the Valari as well. He discovered that their luminous skin responded to emotions. He noticed soft glows when she found something amusing. Their conversations grew easier, and their trust deepened. Though he never sought attention, she treated him with warmth and respect that felt sincere rather than formal. When the cruiser finally reached the neutral station, Aaron prepared to return to his small scout ship. Lyra met him at the departure bay. She carried a small crystalline band. She placed it in his hand and explained that it was a communication link only used for the closest allies. It allowed direct, secure contact with her, no matter where he traveled. She said that he had changed the course of her life. She said that she would always welcome him among the Valari. Aaron looked at the simple band. He had expected nothing. Instead, he gained an alliance that shaped the future of Earth. He gained respect from an entire civilization. He gained a connection with someone who